Hey everybody and welcome to the channel. Today I've got something really fun and it's going to be a long one, so strap yourselves in. We're going to put this whole pedal full of good, dirty goodness through the front of the Katana amp and give you a listen to see how it handles all of them. Check it out. Rightio, behind me you can see the Boss Katana Artist Mark II. Now, Boss have sold a ton of these katanas everywhere you go. Practice rooms, gigs, rehearsal studios. There's a katana everywhere. A lot of recording studios have them as well. Lots of guys are using them at home because they sound fantastic. And they've pretty much got an entire pedal board built into them, as well as a lot of tone shaping stuff. So this is the one that I've picked up from my local music store. I'm just sitting on my cable there. It felt a little uncomfortable. So what I've done is I've gathered a heap of different styles of dirt pedal, as you can see here on the board. We've got some fuzz, we've got some drives, we've got a Klon, the protein, which is super popular at the moment, as well as the Horrothia teeth, which is my favorite drive at the moment. Plus a couple of bog standards like a Tubescreamer and a super overdrive from Boss. It's a classic. So what I've done is I've set the katana up so it's nice and clean. Bit of reverb on there because that's how I roll. A lot of people leave comments about how I have everything a little bit too wet for their liking, but this is just how I roll, and the reverbs that come in the katana are really nice. This is just a bog standard Telecaster, made in Mexico player series standard Telecaster. All I've done is had the plate turned around so I can actually access the volume knob a lot easier. Thanks to Steve at Callahan Guitars. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. A nice clean sound. This first one is a $30 Cuvave fuzz. It's actually my favorite fuzz at the moment. It's a beast. That's why it's first in the signal chain. There's a whole other video on that if you want to go check it out. Go check it out. Instantly, there's a heap more bass in there. Just going to turn the fuzz right down. See if I can clean it up with my volume knob a little bit. I'm going to crank the fuzz right up for you now. It takes the fuzz pedal really well. It really lets the bass come through. All that nice fizzy top end comes through. It cleans up relatively nicely. Mind you, the pickups on these player tallies are actually pretty high output, so it actually cleaned up reasonably nice. It's such a cliche thing to say, isn't it? It cleans up so nicely. Right, onto the Klon. This isn't a real Klon, of course, because I'm not a gajillionaire. I'm just a normal guy. So this is a Klon I got from Wish. Again, there's another whole video on this if you want to go check it out. I mean, it's doing everything a Klon is supposed to do. It's got that really nice sort of mid-push. Still hear your individual strings pretty clearly. That's a fair bit more gain than I would normally run a Klon at. That's about where I'd run it, I reckon. I might just punch the volume up on this Klon and just see if I can make it break up a little bit more. Takes the Klon very, very well. Lets the Klon do its thing. It's a turning out to be a pretty good pedal platform amp, I reckon. Right, next we have the Protein. On one side is the Nobles NDR. The Protein is hugely popular at the moment. You see it on boards absolutely everywhere. Guys are really digging it. This is the Bluesbreaker. No, Noble side. This is the Noble side. So that's where I run it into my, like the Astoria, Marshall Astoria, my Victory amps and other stuff. It's a great drive pedal. It's a fantastic sound. Just going to knock the drive back now and let you have a listen to it. It's really good as a low gain, but where it really comes into its own is about that 1 o'clock. Oh, you can hear all the frequencies come up. I'll wring the guts out of it for you now. That's about where I run it there, about that sort of 1 o'clock. It's a glorious drive pedal, and the Katana, again, takes it really well. There's a bit of a trend here. I can see the Katana Artist Mark II is going to be a great pedal platform amp already, rather than just using all the internal effects in it, which are also really good. But, you know, I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on pedals. I want to use them, you know. And with all these amps showing up everywhere, it's nice to hear what they can actually do. Right, the other side is a Marshall Blues Breaker. Again, the Blues Breaker shows up on people's boards everywhere in some format. There's a lot of great different clones and lots of different versions of the Marshall Blues Breaker, and this one is my favourite. Really toppy, really snappy. And on a Telecaster, really good in the middle position as well. Really accentuates that middle pickup out of phase sort of sound. There's all the mids back in there. Now I'll put it back on the bridge pickup. I'm just going to ring the gain right out now and give you a listen. There's the clean sound just for reference. I also noticed with the any blues breaker style pedal, when you turn the gain up, there is a pretty solid rise in volume as well. So you might want to knock that back a little bit, I'm just saying. Right, again for reference, clean sound. Now we're moving on to the classic Boss Super Overdrive SD1. Everybody has one of these. If you don't, you really should get one. It should be a standard and a staple for every guitarist. And no matter what I'm doing with my board, I always seem to come back to this one pretty regularly. I come back to it pretty regularly because it just sounds great, especially into something like the Astoria, or some of my older, more vintage amps. And this is why. Now you might notice that this one's been modded. This one actually has a few mods in it, but I've got it set so it's just bog standard. So if you've just got a normal standard SD1 at home, this is exactly how it will sound. It's a beauty. It's just a great sounding drive pedal. It is a bit noisy though, but I do have a really long chain going. So here it is at sort of minimum drive. Oh, so it'll work really well as a boost as well. This is a great drive pedal. No matter how many boutique pedals come out, which I love, like I love the Horrothia teeth and I love the Protein there as well, but this is just a classic overdrive sound. It's just got its own magic really going on. Just a magic overdrive sound. I'm going to turn the volume back down now, and then I'm going to dime the gain up for you. Boss SD1. If you don't have one, you should get one. They're cheap. They're like $100 everywhere. Probably $80 if you live in America, and probably £60 if you live in Great Britain. Right, here we go. Now, this is just your normal bog standard Ibanez TS7. It has been rehoused by Loophole pedals because the switches get really dicky on those 7 Series pedals. They've done a terrific job. Pretty sure I'm still in tune. It's close enough. Apparently the switch is still a little bit dicky on this one too. Oh, that's enough of that. We'll get a copyright strike. All right, Tubescreamer with the drive down and the volume up. Actually, to tell you the truth, if I was in a live situation, that's pretty much where I would run it. Rod always runs a lot more gain on his pedals than me. Just while I'm leaning over the pedals here, it's amazing how out of tune the guitar goes when you lean over. Check this out. I wonder what sort of phenomenon that is. There must be a name for that. Now, this particular version of the Ibanez Tubescreamer also has a little trick up its sleeve. It has a hot knob that, a hot switch that you can kick over to get some extra gain out of it. Ooh, it actually sounds like it's got some extra bass in it as well. That is a beauty, Tubescreamer. So far, I reckon the Katana's handling everything amazingly well. It just sounds fantastic here. I can't wait to edit it and have a listen to it through the cans. Next, we've got the Strymon Sunset. I've got this side, the B side, set up as a rat style distortion or a hard clipping distortion. Takes the hard clipping distortion like a champ. Excuse me. The other side, I've got set up as a treble boost. I would not expect a treble booster, like a Rangemaster style treble booster, into the front of a solid state amp to sound great, but it does. It sounds bloody terrific. Right, the last one here is my favourite drive pedal at the moment. Now I'm under, I've been sent this for free or anything. I've paid for this with my own money. So you can believe me when I say this is my favourite drive pedal at the moment, and the Horrothia teeth, and you're about to find out why. So that's one clipping option you got here. This is the soft clipper. This is the hard clipper. And just look at that knob. Who doesn't love a huge knob, eh? And then it's also got this little mid push, about 1000K, I think it is. Well, there you go. There is 8, 9, 10 different drives if you include the A and B sides of both the Sunset and the Protein. There's 10 different styles of drive into the front of the Katana Artist Mark II. I gotta say, hopefully it comes through your headphones or your monitors, whatever you're watching this on, your TV home theater system. Hopefully you're not watching all of it through your iPhone, because you will miss the glory that is the pedal platform, as I'm calling it now, the Boss Katana Artist Mark II. I cannot believe how well it takes pedals into the front of it, and I would be super happy to have any of these pedals in front of it at a gig or in the studio, anywhere, anytime. They all sound fantastic, and for someone who loves pedals like me, being able to hear the individual characteristics of each pedal in front of a really nice, clean sounding solid state amp. It has really surprised me at how much it lets the individual character of each pedal come through, and it's something I really love. I'm going to find some more drive pedals and muck around now. I think I've got a Timmy and an OCD and stuff somewhere as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. In the comments section, let me know what you love putting in front of your Katana, if you've got one, or any solid state amp really. Let me know what you've got, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot. And thanks for watching, because that was a long one. The camera says that was about 25 minutes. So thanks for hanging in there, and hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.